Not your grandpa's energy industry.
Any kind of technical or environmental training could lead you there, but once you start, you have to kind of dive in and keep learning because it's changing all the time. It's changing relatively quickly in a lot of respects. Industry is kind of quiet about what it does. It's getting better at communicating as to what's going on. To me, one of the key things that's come out in the last year or so is pretty much all the major companies have said they intend to get to net zero carbon by 2050. And some people kind of go, yeah, you're just saying that. But, I can say for sure, organizations like COSIA and the enterprise, and there's just a huge pipeline of research and development that's moving the needle on all kinds of environmental impacts of industry, reducing them significantly, including CO2. So for somebody that's inclined that way into very technical and research oriented, that's a big place they could go. Being able to be involved in planning a pipeline properly and locating a well so that it's not impacting the local landowners and they're happy with it. That's all part of it. I think the regulatory environmental is, if you like, a broader range of things. I think it fits because it's like an umbrella over the whole industry. It does influence a lot of what happens. If I remember correctly, somebody told me I was the first person with the title Regulatory Coordinator at Canadian Natural. They had environmental planning people, but they were now wanting to bring more of the regulatory coordination in-house versus have other engineering companies and whatnot do it. Where there's conflicts with some of the proposed activities, well, you need to find a resolution, and finding a voluntary resolution with all the parties. For me, it became an interest, so I took some training in mediation and arbitration and that type of thing, having difficult conversations. And then it continued on with working with Canadian Natural. Only now I was the industry person, not the ERCB person, but the AER, ERCB have people that do that. And so I found that rewarding in that you can have people that are in quite a conflict and sit down and over a course of a few sessions finally get everything out and then start looking for what a resolution might look like. And typically we were able to resolve things, and sometimes people, very often they were quite happy with the outcome of the resolution, or at least accepting of it. They may not have wanted it, and so that felt good when you could avoid the formal hearing and find a way to move ahead.
Not Your Grandpa's Energy Industry is funded in part by the Government of Canada's Sectoral Initiatives Program.